So hi everybody and welcome back to the C++ tutorial series for absolute beginners. This is video 231, and in this video I wanted to normally go and implement the insert and delete function, but before that I want that you do a little bit theoretical research again, and I want that you look around and read a little bit about programming principles. You have just to read them. It's not very important that you understand them full in detail, but here I will link this in the description, this site. You can go to Wikipedia on programming principles and you will find here principles. Principles mean just more guidelines, right? And some are good, some are just for funny things here on this side, but important is there are around 10 very important principles which you should know, and you probably heard about them. For example, don't repeat yourself, this kiss here, no, where is this kiss principle, and single responsibility is solid, and all things. The best way is you go to a search engine, write the 10 most important programming principles, and I will show you probably an important one. But again, this Wikipedia list here, most of them I think, and if you go read sorry, if you read most of them, and you will understand very important rules which you can follow to program a little bit better. And the question is now, why is this important? Because like I said, I want to normally implement now this function which was our insert and delete, and I am violating so many principles right now in my coding here. It is nice to see how I'm violating them, because then you will learn a lot of coding again, and it is nice to follow them. For example, the one principle anywhere here, I don't know where it is, you should comment your code when you code. So you know, in my code I have violated all time this this principle, which means when I open up, for example, my node here, oh, not this, let's open up this create linked list adding node. That was one function which I created. You can already see, wait a minute, here is no comment. That's already bad. When I open this one up, you see again, this one got almost no comments, which means you understand not the code. It's already violating one principle. You should comment so that other people can read your code and understanding, because I know probably what I did here, but you will not probably know what I did here. And when you read, for example, this variable, yes, you know this is a variable, but commenting means all time asking the question for what, and the comment must answer this question. For what is this here? Why you make this here? For what? And then the comment says here in this case, for example, I need this temporarily variable for swapping for swapping for swapping here in this case, or something like that. You see, I even don't know, because here is no comment. I even don't know what is that again. Is this for swapping, or was this for something else? So you can see I violated one principle. Comment your code when it's not clear, so that the coder or the person who sits here and try to understand for what this variable is, so that he don't waste time to decipher this code. Absolute perfect example how I violated this one. And again, what I want to use in the next videos and from now on, all time when I comment, don't comment what this line is, ask all the question for what, and the comment must answer the question for what, right? So for what is that? And then you write the answer as comment here for this one, and then when anyone reads this one will understand, this one is for this one. Okay, all right, then again go to the back to the principles. There are much more important principles here. For example, this one is probably, you heard about this one, this don't repeat yourself. It's also sometimes shortcut. You can see the DRY. This is I don't know. So this dry principle, right? And the point is here, there are some very important ones. For example, this KISS is also very important, and coupling and code reuse. Yeah, there are many importance actually. There are not only 1, 2, 3 importance. There are really many importance, and they are working to each other most time. But let me show you one principle which will cause you a problem. And actually, I just mentioned it, which is very famous, but careful about this principle. So about this principle, you have to be careful, which is this: don't repeat yourself, because many people use this wrong, and, or let's say, they can use it wrong. They don't use it perhaps wrong, but I will give you an example how many people can use this one wrong, but not in this video, because I want that you research a little bit more, so that you understand what the principles are and what kind of principles are, at least the first 10 principles. And important is you can just read them. So when I click here, you can see it's just reading them, so that you get a fairly understanding, and that's it. So it's easy. Then you read this one here, should read 2, then you understand what this means. And then you should read also coupling. That's very important, that you try to understand what this means. Not understanding in detail, just an overview understanding. That's enough for us, because you should, this principles is just a guideline. You can follow them and they will help you, but you have not to strict follow them, because they will not help you in every place. And like I said before, this don't repeat yourself is one of these principles, can go for against other principles. For example, this don't repeat yourself, if you follow this one strictly, it can create complex code. And one of the other principles, for example, coupling, is trying to teach you should not create complex code. Or this KISS principle is also trying to saying you should not create complex code. You should make it simple, something like that. So the most principles you will see are trying to say you make it simple, make it simple, make it simple. And this one here, this don't repeat yourself, is actually also saying to you, make it simple. But the problem is, like I said before, many can use it in a way that they try not repeat code, and it becomes complex. And I will show you in the next video what I mean with that. And actually I want to show you this with this insert here, because I showed you in my last video that I said, hey, in my insert I can use the search single name links list, for example, but I have to extend it. And this is again violating one of the principles. You are using a function, you give it even more functionality. That is another violation. And then the problem is it becomes more complex. And like I said, you don't want to make code complex. And yeah, more detail in the next video after you read that, so that you have a better understanding than me. And then we can go and look a little bit more practical examples, because the theoretical part here, that is your job. All right, with that said, I won't stop this video here. And if you have any questions, like all time, write in the comment section. See you in the next video, where we will discuss some of these principles, but of course a little bit more practical. I will try to show you this in code. And yeah, with that said, see you in the next video. Bye.